We don't talk about Bruno. Hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome back. Today we're going to be learning the song We Don't Talk About Bruno in simple 3-note chords. If you were looking for the easiest and most straightforward way to play this song on the piano, you've come to the right place. Did you know that the writer of this song, Lin-Manuel Miranda, purposely tried to write in a different musical style for each of the characters that sings in this song? That's a heavy lift for a gift so humbling. That's a lot of characters and a lot of parts of the song. I'll take you through each of the sections and try to show you what I think is the easiest way to play each one. Last weekend, we were together with friends, and me and my buddy were playing the chords on the guitar and the piano. The kids were singing all the words of the song. It was really fun, and it's a big reason why I'm recording this video for this song today. And it's the main reason that I've created this YouTube channel, is to help connect more people to the joy of making music together. By the way, do me a favor, if you're watching this video right now, can you put in the comments just something about your story? What brings you to this video today? Whatever it is, I'd love to hear it, and it also helps me to know what kinds of stuff to focus on in future videos. All right, you ready to play the song? Great, let's do it. Let's take a look at the chord sheet. Now, if you've seen any of my other piano song tutorials, you know that the chord sheet has the lyrics of the song, and then above the lyrics, we have these chord names that tell us which chords to play and when. If you've seen any of those videos, you also know how to make these very simple 3-note chords. We're going to take a look at the second half of the second verse. It's just going to be a better place to ease into the song. So let's take a look at that section and see which chords we need. We're going to start with A minor. We know how to make A minor. The root is A, then we play the minor third, and then the fifth, play them together. That gives us our simple 3-note A minor chord. Most of the chords in the song we can play using the same shape, including the next one, which is D minor. So for D minor, if we slide up to the new root, which is D, we play the same shape, D minor, right there. The next chord is E. For E, we're going to slide up to the new root, which is E. If we play the same shape that we did for the first two chords, that'll give us an E minor. But looking back at the chord sheet, it just says E. There's no lowercase m after that E. So we don't want the E minor, we want the E major. In order to make this minor chord major, we take this middle note and play the next key up, okay? If we play those at the same time, that gives us E major. We're changing the minor third to a major third, and that's E major. Now, I will say that the people who are just starting with piano here, this transition from D minor to E major, that one is a little bit tricky because it's a different shape. And because of how quickly we're going to be looking to do that in the song, take a little extra time and work on that transition. Work on it slowly so your muscle memory gets up to that black key and then back. And then the quicker and more smoothly you can make that transition, the more easily you'll be able to play this song. That'll be key. All right. So after the E major, the next chord is D minor again. So we come back to the D minor. And then we're back to the A minor, and that's the progression for this section of the song. That's actually the progression, the chord progression for most of the song. And it's going to sound like this. A minor, D minor, E, and then D minor, A minor, back to A minor. Now, you may have noticed that that rhythm is a little different than we've played for any of the other songs, and you're right. In all the other songs, anytime we change chords or play a new chord, that change happens on the constant beat. Remember, the constant beat is 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In this song, that's not the case. The E in this line actually gets played in between the 4 and the 1. Now, something that drummers do to make it more easy to notate or describe what rhythm that they're playing is they'll add a rhythm to the count, like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And that's what we can use here because it turns out that the E is being played on the and after 4. We call that the and of 4. So if we were to specifically look at where we play all of these chords, the A minor is going to be played on the 1, the D minor is going to be played on the 3, the E, again, is going to be played on the and of 4, and then the next D minor is going to be played on the next 3 that we get to. And so we'll keep this graphic up while we try to play these chords, all right? And I'll count it off. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's the progression. Now if we speed it up, you'll hear that it sounds more like the song. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Like that, all right? The other thing that will make it easier, and the reason that we started here in the song, is that the rhythm of the melody more closely aligns with the rhythm that we're playing in the chorus. And if you take a look at the words, the syllable sev for 7, the word frame, the word rat, and the word back are all accented when we sing that line. 7-foot frame, rats along his back. And those are the places where we play the chords. All right, let's try to do this whole section. Start with A minor. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 7-foot frame, rats along his back. When he calls your name, it all fades to black. Yeah, he sees your dreams and feasts on your screams. Hey. All right, that's that section, and now we're ready to move on to the chorus. Now the chorus, chords-wise, is pretty easy. It's just F and E. We know how to play F from previous videos. F is the root, and we play the 3rd and the 5th, and that's together our simple 3-note F major chord. And then the other chord is E. We've been playing the E up here, but since E is right next to F down here, this will be easier. And then we go back to F and then E. Now the timing that we play these chords, the F is going to be on the 1, and the E, once again, is going to be on the and of 4. We'll try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. You can either do it that way by counting that way, or by playing the E when the syllable Bru from Bruno gets sung. That's probably the easier way to do it. If you start by playing the F, we don't talk about Bruno, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. And that's the chorus. That's also the intro. Let's go now to verse 1. All right, now verse 1 is arguably the hardest verse to play and sing at the same time. For one, you have two different characters, the aunt and the uncle singing, and they're overlapping singing with each other. But also the rhythm that they sing makes it a little trickier. Okay, so now in terms of the rhythm that we play for verse 1, you can either play the exact same rhythm that we just played for the end of verse 2, where the E happens on the and of 4, or you can play it more straight. You can play all the chords on the beat. In that case, you would play the E on the 1. When I play this song on piano, I tend to do that. I just play on the beat. It sounds better to me. When I play it on guitar, strangely, it sounds better to play that E anticipated, play it on the and of 4. That's the great thing about playing your song yourself, rather than singing along with a karaoke version where it is what it is. When you play for yourself, you can play any way you like. I'm going to play this section on the beat, and it'll sound like this. A minor, D minor, E, D minor, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 back to 1, like that, okay? Let's try it with the words. And now, again, there's two characters singing, overlapping, so I won't be able to sing all the words. I'll try to fit in as many as I can. We'll take it a little slow again. Oh, by the way, the starting note for this section is, it was my wedding day, right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it was my wedding, it was our wedding, you were getting ready, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky, no clouds allowed in the sky. Bruno walks in with the mischievous grin, and then he says thunder, and then we go to the F. Are you telling this story or am I? Now that E you can't anticipate if you want, so again, F, are you telling this story or am I? I'm sorry, maybe to go on. All right, now the second half of verse 1, we're back to playing that E anticipated. We'll play the E on the and of 4, just like we did for the end of verse 2. Again, it'll be easier because the rhythm of the melody is more closely aligned with that anticipated rhythm. So we start with A minor. Bruno says it looks like rain. Why did he tell us? In doing so, he floods my brain. Abuela, get the umbrella. Married in a hurricane. What a joyous day, but anyway. Back to the F. And so we play F on the way of anyway. And you notice when we look forward to the chorus, I've put that next F in parentheses. You don't play the F again. It's just the anyway. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. All right, moving on. Now we're back to verse 2, but the beginning of verse 2. Once again, this section, the first half of verse 2, will play straight. We'll play on the beat. We'll start with A minor, same chord progression. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grew to live in fear of Bruno stuttering and stumbling. I can always hear him sort of muttering and mumbling. I associate him with the sound of falling sand. Ch, ch, ch. It's a heavy lift with a gift so humbling. Always left Abuela and the family fumbling, grappling with the prophecies they couldn't understand. Up to E major directly. Do you understand? And now we're to the second half of verse 2, which is the part that we've already played. 7-foot frame, rats along his back. Actually, this time through, I'm going to show you a different way that you can play this. A little bit harder for those of you who want an extra challenge. For those of you who have seen my intermediate videos on Hey Jude and Let It Be, you have an idea of how we take these 3-note chords with one hand and split them between two hands to now make 4-note, 5-note, 6-note chords. So I'm going to show you quickly how we do that with this A minor. So instead of playing the root A with our right thumb, we can play with our left thumb. Now play the third with our right thumb and play the fifth, the next note, with our index finger. Play them together. It's the same A minor chord, same 3-note A minor chord. We're just now playing with two hands, which gives you a little bit of room to then play this A up an octave up here if you want to play 4-note chords. But the big reason that I'm showing you how to split this between two hands is it'll allow us to play a more interesting rhythm. Up until now, we're just playing the chord once when we see it. We can try this, where we play the chord once, either with 3 notes or 4 notes. And then right after that, before we play the next chord, we can play the left hand, and for the left hand it's just 1 note, the thumb, and then play the right hand, which is 2 notes at the same time or 3 notes at the same time, depending on what you're playing. And so it would sound like this. I'll say both for both hands and then left, right. Both, left, right. And then stay on this chord. Both, left, right. Both, left, right. Okay? You can pause the video and try that and see if it's anything that you're interested in playing. And then we can move on to the next chord. So we play both, left, right, move to the next chord, D minor, both, left, right, like that. Okay, let's go back to the A minor. A minor, left, right, D minor, left, right. And then we go to the E. The tricky thing here is that E is anticipated, so we have to play D minor, left, right, E to that E, okay? One more time. Both, left, right, D minor, left, right, E, and then D minor. A couple different ways you can play this. You could play left, right, both, left, right, E, left, right, D minor, all together, or D minor, left, right. Something like that. There's a whole host of different rhythms that you can play just to give you an idea. All right, let's try to play this whole section, and you can play either way. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. A 7-foot frame, rats along his back. When he calls your name, it all fades to black. Yeah, he sees your dreams and feasts on your screams. Oh, and now we move to the chorus. Again, it's F. We don't talk about Bruno, no, no. We don't talk about Bruno. All right, and now we're to the bridge, a whole nother section of this song. Now, the easiest way to play the bridge is just to play each chord one time when you see it. And that works just fine. You can play, he told me my fish would die, and the next day, dead. You play that E right on the word dead. And again, I think the easiest way to play that is just by knowing the song and knowing when dead comes in and playing that E when that happens. The actual rhythm of the instruments behind the singing is like this. A minor twice, D minor twice, and then again, the E, you wait, and then play it on dead. We could try that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and he told me my fish would die and the next day dead. Oh. And by the way, that the he gets sung on the second hit of A minor. Let's try playing this section. Slow it down a little bit. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and he told me my fish would die and the next day dead. No, he told me I'd grow a gut and just like he said that all my hair would disappear. Now look at my head. No, your fate is sealed when your prophecy is read. All right, and now we're to verse 3. If you call it verse 3, I don't know. It almost sounds like another bridge because it's so different than the other parts of the song. We start with the C chord, which we haven't played yet in this song, but C chord is, the root is C, the third, fifth, together, same shape as many of the other chords. That is our simple 3-note C major chord. And then for G, we just slide down to the G, play that, and then the rest of the chords we've already played in this song. Now, the simplest way to play this verse is to play each chord once when you see it. And that sounds fine. You can sing along. He told me that the life of my dreams would be promised and someday be mine. The other thing that you can do is you can play what's called an arpeggio. And that means instead of playing all 3 notes at the same time, you can play one at a time, but the same notes. And there's a whole bunch of different rhythms and ways that you can do this. You can start at the bottom, go up, and then back down. You can start at the top, go down. I'm going to play the first half of the verse with some simple arpeggios, okay? We'll go through it and we'll take it slow again. Ready? 1 and 2, 3, 4. He told me that the life of my dreams would be promised and someday be mine. He told me that my power would grow like the grapes that thrive on the vine. Oh, by the way, something that you're going to want to do if you're playing arpeggios usually is hold down the rightmost pedal. That's the sustain pedal. It will sustain those notes and tie the sounds together in a nice way. Okay, so now after we're doing the arpeggios for the first half of this verse, I think it's nice to go back to single chords, but instead of playing just once when you see it, the chord, you can play either C, 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 G, 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 or play C, 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 G, 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 A minor, then F, like this. He told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach, betrothed to another. It's like I hear him now. Like that. So we'll go back to the C before it's like I hear him now. It's like I hear him now. Hey sis, I want not a sound out of you. It's like I hear him now. And the now happens at the beginning of the Bruno. Alright, so let's go to the beginning of that line. Bruno. Yeah, about that Bruno. I really need to know about Bruno. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno. Right, and now we come to F minor. We have not played that chord yet in this song or in any other song, I think, yet. We know how to make F major. I've already played that one. To make this major chord minor, we take that middle note, the major third, and make it a minor third. That's our F minor. This is probably my favorite part of the song. I think it's really neat the way the melody ties in with that new F minor chord. So let's go back to the F. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno. And then to the F minor, we're going to play Isabella, your boyfriend's here. Time for dinner. And you can see that we go from F to E, just like we've done before. To go to the F minor, all we need to do is change this note to F, and then change this note one up one half step, That gives us the F minor right there. Okay, and then we're to the last part of the song where they throw in all the different verses together. All right, we'll go through the whole thing from the bridge to the end, and I have a little helper here. 1, 2, 3, 4.
He told me a fish would die the next day, dead. No, he told me I'd grow a gut, and just like he said that all my hair would disappear. Now look at my head. Your face is you and your prophecy is red. He told me that the life of my dreams would be promised and someday be mine. He told me that my power would grow like the grapes that dive on the vine. Oh, Mariano's on his.
He told me that the man of my dreams would be just out of reach, betrothed to another. It's like I hear him now.
Hey sis, I want not a sound out of you.
It's like I hear him now. Bruno.
Yeah, about that Bruno. I really need to know about Bruno. Give me the truth and the whole truth, Bruno.
Isabella, your boyfriend's here. Time for dinner. Here we go.
It was my wedding day. We were getting ready, and there wasn't a cloud in the sky. No clouds were black in the sky. Bruno walks in with a mischievous grin. Thunder, are you telling the story of mine? I'm sorry, legal. Bruno says it looks like rain. What did he tell us? Doing sorry floods my brain. Up like a sea umbrella, buried in a hurricane. What a choice, stay but anyway.
Here. About Bruno. What is that about Bruno?
Not a word about Bruno. I never should have brought up Bruno.
And it finishes with an A minor, and there is the whole song. We don't talk about Bruno. A lot of different sections. Great job sticking with it. If you've made it this far in the video, give it a shot, practice it. Obviously, take your time. Any parts that are hard, take them more slowly, and then it'll help you progress more quickly. Please let me know how it's going. Tell me which parts are hard, which parts are easy, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks again.